welcome back to YouTuber Does Pointless Speculation. And today I wanted to talk about these zombie decks. So, zombie decks, plural, the zombie starter decks. So, for those of you who have not seen the information, please check out yesterday's video where I talk about all of the set 2 stuff. I'll leave a card up there. And also, before I get started, two things. One, I'm going to be on a stream with the VTuber Moo and a bunch of other very cool people. All the details will be linked in the description. It's going to be tonight. I think about like 8 or 9 hours after you see this video, if you see this when this goes live. So obviously on the day this uploads that evening for me, please come check it out. It'll be a fun time. And the second thing is, if you're interested in picking up Gate Ruler, please use my affiliate link in the description below. It'll take you to Happy Little Hug Factory, and I'll make a little bit of money if you decide to buy from there. Their prices are pretty good. But you know, of course, if you don't have to do that, but I would appreciate it if you did. Anyway, enough of the shilling, and camera's a little bit low. Well, let's talk about this. So I was thinking about this zombie deck, and I am pretty excited. So we know a couple things. We know that this is going to be Atlas and Yomajin front, because the other deck is Volnar and Wonderverse. So, and obviously we can see the Atlas on the cover card here. And we also know that this is going to be military as well as the zombie deck. It's kind of a fusion of the two. And we also have a little bit of artwork. So let's cycle through the artwork very quickly, and then let's talk about some of the things I think this deck is going to do. So obviously we've got this, and we've got the Ghost Rider on the front, who I'm pretty sure is going to be an owl, and I really hope is going to be a level 1 or lower owl. And then of course we got this zombie thing, and then we got this zombie who will probably get simped over. And then we've got, this is obviously on the box, very cool looking zombie. And then we got this bloke who's clearly going to be one of the military pieces of support. And then we got this weird zombie cannon thing. So let's leave up the clickbait. So, because this will be clickbaiting. What do I think this deck's going to do? I'm excited for this deck for sort of two reasons. So, for those of you who are familiar with the card pool currently available, and if you are not, I suggest you check out my series where I review the entirety of the card pool we currently have available, which will also be linked in the card in the top right-hand corner over there. More of those coming out shortly. We just had a little bit of news I wanted to talk about first, and obviously Vanguard was hype. For those of you who have not been keeping up, you may not be aware, but there is a card called Nosferatu Army that is an owl, and it's a level 1 Atlas, and it has the keyword in English. It's currently in English we've been translating it as immortal, but I believe the Japanese is actually undead, which of course makes a little bit of sense when we consider zombies. And what this keyword does is you can spend one of your summon caps, so you can only use this in energy rulers. And what you do is you spend one of your summon caps and the energy cost, and you can summon it from the discard pile. Now, it's also a darkness attribute, so potentially all of these are going to be darkness support pieces as well. And the thing that's so exciting for me about that is, one, of course, we know that this is, we actually know that this is going to be an energy-based ruler deck, and indeed we actually know that I believe it's this one that actually comes with 2 rulers. Very interestingly, so we'll see what happens there. It just gives you the option of the 2, so, you know, potentially Wizard and Knight or something. We'll find out, that's speculation, but of course this whole video is speculation. Anyway, you can probably see where I'm going with this, where I think every single one of the zombies in this deck is going to have the undead keyword. And I used to play a deck called Skull Warriors, which was literally this, like, it was the whole thing was reviving from it's like, you know, zombies and Yu-Gi-Oh! And stuff like that, like the whole thing's like, obviously Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a bit different, but I am particularly excited for this because I see the potential in an archetype where if you're just, if you sort of don't have to rely on your hand to actually play down creatures, suddenly the whole way in which you build your deck and the way you go about playing the game is really different. And I was just thinking how interesting it would be if all of these cards had the undead keyword, because what that means is maybe you only need to run like 10 to 15 monsters or units, and the rest of your deck can be fields and events, which would be a really, really different way of building. This is also, it seems like something that's going to synergize really quite well with darkness. I would imagine, just based off of the art style and the sort of theme. And there, so sort of the two branches that are interesting are Owl and Darkness. So talking about Darkness, I think Darkness as a deck is just bad at the moment. It's like tier 2 at best. And if you want to hear my thoughts on what the tiers are, perhaps you should tune into the live stream tonight. But I don't think Darkness is too hot. But I think a big portion of that is because a lot of the units are just not very good. So you're playing a lot of these bad units to get some very good value, but after you set up a whole lot, and you're probably pretty far behind, and it's unlikely to sort of justify it. And also the counters in like a pure darkness deck are really sus. They're not that good. Now pure owl is also very interesting because that's a very, I think Owl's actually pretty good, and it's much more defensive, much more annoying to deal with because it heals a lot, and a lot of the counters will like play something or heal something out. And I see a strong potential for Owl Darkness here, with the addition of this zombie stuff to really, really be scary because, as I say, you can imagine if everything, like if a lot of like powerful units have this sort of immortal keyword, you gain ways to mill because if everything has the immortal keyword that's a zombie, they are going to print a mill card. They must print a mill card. Now, it might not be a good mill card, but I think there's potential for it to be good. I would like them to see them start power creeping the mill. Darkness has a little bit, not too much. I don't want to see like, Foolish for 4. Like, let's chill out. But, I think that could be interesting. It's also consider that, there should be a legend card in this deck, and, that is probably going to be another legend card that adds to the whole, darkness strategy, whereas a win-win was a sort of very generic, like quite just good legend. I think here we might see something a little bit more specific, and I think that's very exciting. And the other thing is sort of, on that whole owl thing, this Ghost Rider thing, I am really, really intrigued to see what this does. It has 3 boxes for attributes, so I would assume like owl, darkness, and maybe fire or something. I'm just interested to see what it does. I think there's potential here. I'm excited because darkness is a deck that I was. If you were like in Discord with me, I was like, yes, this is the one. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna no life this, and then I tested it, and after like a week, I was like, yeah, this deck sucks, and I kind of just gave up. And there were other people who were kind of trying, but they didn't really get very far. So yeah, just very exciting. Okay, I'm not gonna stretch this to 10 minutes. No point. I hope you guys enjoyed this little bit of speculation. Please tune into the live stream tonight, and subscribe to the channel, like if you enjoyed it. Check out the set reviews and stuff if you are catching up to Gate Ruler. And yeah, again, if you are interested in picking it up, please use my affiliate link. I'd appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Cheers.